Hello, hello. Let's find out what you are currently working on. What's going on in your life? What is it that you're putting forth your effort into right now, and where's that going for you? So we're gonna do pile 1 with this citrine, pile 2 with this little celestite, however it's pronounced, and we'll do pile 3 with black tourmaline. Pick your pile and we will go from there. Pile number 1. Citrine, what are you working on? What are you doing? What's going on with you right now? Grab the Akashic Tarot. Initiation, number 14. And the Oracle of Delphi, number 1. Okay. And then on the back, we have the Queen of Scrolls. So you guys have gone through a really big process here. You've gone through an initiation. You are, I want to say, learning so that you can help others learn. So you guys have been going through an expansion, an awakening, a spiritual advancement of some sort, some kind of upgrade. You guys are working on your upgrade, you're working on your beliefs, and really just opening up your mind's eye, I feel like. Number 5, might, discipline, and karma. So working on your discipline along with your spiritual intelligence. Severity, courage, and form. I'm just seeing a lot of discipline here. I'm seeing a lot of upgrades so that you can manifest, so that you can create, so that you can work on your divinity, and also maybe in a way that you can be more grounded with it, more practical with it, while still realizing that you have more lessons to learn. We all have lessons to learn. The learning is never done, but I feel like you're finding a way to integrate your current reality here in the 3D along with your spirituality and how that can tie in together. We have the moon in Pisces in the 10th house. So the 10th house is about career. It's about reputation, profession, public image, that kind of thing. And then with the moon, you've got your emotions, your feelings, your instincts, that kind of thing. So I really think that you're just working on integrating your emotional body with your spirituality so that you can ground that into your physical reality in order to maybe help you with your career in a way, or help you at least with your stability in some sense. I'm looking at cheat sheets because I have no idea I'm in my learning astrology phase, but that's what the guess is for that. That's why we saved that for after this. All right, and we've got this little amethyst here. You've got the letter A, you've got the letter P, and we've got the letter Z. So those could be initials. They don't have to be, that's just extra confirmation if you want it. And then amethyst, I think, has to do with intuition. If you are into working with crystals. Let's get some songs though. These can all be found on YouTube. We have Under the Pressure by The Score. And we have Battle Scars. So there could be lyrics in there that might be helpful for you. Patience. Give yourself some patience. Give yourself some grace. Grounding your reality along with your spirituality, along with your gifts, and learning more, which I think is what this was about. Takes time. It takes practice. It takes patience. And I know that's not something we all like to have. It's not all something we like to give ourselves or maybe others, but these are the kinds of lessons that you're not going to learn in a book. You're not going to learn with a tuition. The only school you're going to learn it from is life school. There you have it, Citrine. That is what you are working on. That's what you're doing. If you feel lost, if you feel confused, that's part of this. That's part of this journey. That's part of what's going on with you right now. And I feel like that's kind of meant to be, because sometimes you have to get lost in order to find your way, type of thing. But you really are doing a good job, even if you feel like you're not. Lost as an Easter egg over here. I feel like this is going to help you with your future endeavors, with turning your dreams into a reality, with working towards things that you want to or need to later on. Because this integration process, this upgrade, this awakening of sorts is important for you to do right now, because you have to have a foundation to build on. Okay? Pile number 2, you chose the Celestite, however you want to pronounce it. What are you working on? What's going on with you right now? If you're feeling a little bit lost, a little bit confused, a little bit emotional perhaps, maybe I can help you out with that. If nothing else, maybe it'll just be a little bit of validation. We will see. Nine of Swords. So we're anxious. Six of Pentacles, generosity. Maybe we're anxious about receiving something. Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like you're in an anxious energy about receiving something that you've been working on or you are expecting to get, and that may be material, that may be monetary. Queen of Swords with resilience. And Page of Swords. You guys are doing better than you think, and this is coming in quicker than you feel like it will. You might have been waiting for a long time. This might just be something really big and like you need it, okay? But I feel like with the Queen of Swords here, we're looking at the Page of Swords, you might either feel like you're in, like this is not coming, this is not coming to fruition. But I feel like maybe don't be putting all of our effort and all of our emotional ties into this one thing. Because when you're, and listen, I freaking hate it when people are like, oh, just detach, just don't be clinging on to it or it'll never come. Listen, sometimes we can't just completely detach to everything in the world, okay? Like, we can't do it. If you need a paycheck to pay your bills, like, you can't detach from that paycheck because, like, you need your lights to be on, okay? That's a rant. So, but try to find other things to think about instead, or try to get comfortable in the energy of expecting. Not in like a, oh, it has to happen kind of way, but like a, I know it's going to happen kind of way. Because sometimes we get so stuck in our head and so confused about everything whenever we are waiting for things, that even whenever they do come, we're not really going to be able to feel that sense of completion. We're not going to be able to feel that sense of fulfillment as much as we could have otherwise, because we're so attached to it. Like, your money is going to come. You don't need to know how. You don't need to know when, all of that. And I know that's frustrating. Like, I feel it. I feel this energy of like, freaking come on. Like, there's nothing else you can do. There's nothing else you need to do. Sometimes things have to take time to shift the way that they need to shift, and we don't need to understand that because there are so many other things going on behind the scenes that we don't know, and we're not necessarily meant to know until afterwards when we're looking back. But I feel your frustration. I promise you I do. Maybe that's why we chose the blue stone, or the watery energy, the emotions. Accept heaven's help. You've prayed for help, so get out of the way and let heaven help you. So this is not going to come in the way that you expect it to. I feel like you're getting hung up on an expectation and you're waiting for something to happen in a way that you think it's going to, and it might be already on its way to happening and you're not noticing because you're so stuck on how. Tranquility, make time to relax, be still, and enjoy solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. This may also be a lesson or an opportunity for you to learn how to better care for yourself. And that doesn't mean take a bubble bath necessarily. That doesn't mean go get your nails done. That means go do the things that you know need done and you just don't want to do them. Or if you, like a lesson in integration. Like, if you decided you're going to change your mindset on something, this is your time to actually do it and practice it. Instead of just talking about it, you need to be about it. Like, if you are working on wanting more material abundance, because that's what I feel like this is about right now, working on spending some, even when you want to save it, and working on what you're spending it on. Like, spending it on things that you know are going to be long lasting, things that you know are going to genuinely help you in your day-to-day or help you in whatever way you actually need. So providing for yourself with what you already have. Ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. So again, spending on yourself, whether that's financially, whether that's emotionally, whether that's spending time on yourself, because there's more than just money to be spent. There's time to be spent. There's effort to be spent. There's, you know, if you want to, let's say you want to build some muscle and get in better shape, you have to invest your time, you have to invest your effort, you have to invest your energy in that right now in order to see those results later. Mother healing, as your feelings towards your mother heal, your desires manifest more rapidly and accurately. This is about mothering yourself and taking care of yourself while you're waiting, while you're uncomfortable. Empowerment. Empowering yourself. And that's not saying that all of this is not going to come in. You're not, like I said, this is going to come in. You're going to have it. Okay. It's not going to look the way you want it to. It's not going to look the way you think it's going to. It's going to be the way you need it to. But what can you do right now? besides just be like stuck in your head about it kind of thing. And I'm not trying to reprimand. I'm not trying to do any of that. Because we've all been there. We've all been in this. But you need to love yourself the way you want God to love you. The way you want the universe to love you. The way you want spirit to love you. Whoever it is you pray for, whatever it is you believe in. You need to be for yourself the way you want others to be for yourself. Because if it's meant for you, it cannot be taken from you. If it's meant to be yours, it already is yours. It's just not in the physical yet. And there might be a reason for that. There is a reason for that. Get in nature, get out of your head, go, I mean, like, I don't know. Go touch some grass if you don't live in the city. I'm not sure. But remember always, anxiety yells and intuition whispers. So you've got this feeling, this anxious, this... We have the word anxiety twice. And I get it. I promise you I get it. But you have to let go of what these anxious feelings are telling you and how you feel like it's doom and gloom and terrible and there's nothing you can possibly do right now, because that's not the case. And I want you to take care of yourself the way you want others to take care of you. And once this comes in, you're going to have to continue doing that. You have to continue taking care of yourself. This doesn't stop when your money comes in. We have My Boy by Elvie Shane. Immortals by Fall Out Boy. And Man on Fire by Oh the Larceny. Those can be found on YouTube. That's where I found them. Well, that might not be where I discovered them, but they're on YouTube. So, you're going to be all right. You're going to get through it. It's going to be fine. It's just not going to be what you expected. We have the mushroom. So that reminds me of like fungus are the communication system of plants. It's all around, and it's how they communicate with each other, because plants do communicate with each other. You can look it up, you can Google it, do some research on that. But things have to work underneath and behind the scenes. We have the letter L. We have this little seashell. Girl, quiet. We have a rubber band that my cat won't leave alone. And then we have this little teardrop looking, I think it's angel light maybe. But again, that's with the emotions. Like, that's what it's really bringing me to. Then we also have Libra. So your idealism, your charm, your social skills, maybe idealizing the way that you know that you need to take care of yourself and accepting that. It's coming. It's going to be okay. You're going to get it. All right, but don't be holding on so tight to it that we end up breaking a rubber band or flinging it somewhere else. All right, my pile number 3 is my black tourmaline. What are you working on? What kind of advice or affirmations can I give you while you go through this? Because this seems to be the theme here. It's been a little bit more intense than I thought it would be, but it's whatever. Working on our happiness. Working on putting down our anxiety. Working on putting our mental disarray, to rest. Working on putting our old habits and thought processes to rest. Because we've been anxious. We've been in our head. We've been stuck. And that did give us strength. But it was tied to old patterns. And this isn't something that happened to you. This is something you did yourself. This is a choice that you made yourself because you got sick of your own nonsense. Because you weren't able to give to yourself like you needed to. And you wanted to feel passion again. You wanted to feel yourself again. You wanted to feel life. Because you felt like you were going nowhere fast. Like paint drying. But you were working on tempering your own emotions, your own feelings, your own thought processes, so that you could get back to where you felt like you needed to be, or where you felt like you were going. Even though you felt a little lost, a little out in the cold, a little bit confused. That was what you needed in order to push yourself forward and find a new perspective and bring justice to whatever part of you it was that you didn't like, whatever part of it you didn't feel was you. I feel like you've been fighting your own brain. I am protected. Trust your journey. Trust the way your life unfolds, and trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. So this was fated, I feel like. And you are safe in it. You've been safe in it. It's not like a physical thing. This was all mental. This was for you to be able to adapt and work on your flexibility so that you could be more creative, more spontaneous, more imaginative. Nurturing. Number 6, I am nurturing. So this was you taking care of yourself, you nurturing yourself so you could bring yourself into balance and a better sense of harmony. Soak Up the Sun by Sheryl Crow. Take Me to Church by Hozier. Good Luck Babe by Chappelle Rowan. Kryptonite by Three Doors Down. Those can all be found on YouTube. If you're interested in listening to them, they may have messages. They may just be songs you like or don't know yet that you might like. They already know. So you guys already know all this. But it's just a little extra confirmation, a little bit more validation. That whatever these processes were, whatever these habits were, could not come with you if you wanted to move forward with your life. And again, you're safe. You are protected. It is safe to feel safe. You are safe. You've been safe, and you will continue to be safe. Even if that's taking a while for your emotions to catch up, or it's taking a while for your brain to catch up, you are safe. Because your team, your God, Spirit, the universe, whoever is with you, you're not alone, even if you're alone physically. You need to learn who you are, be who you are. And that takes time, that takes effort, and that does feel unsafe. It feels like you're not safe whenever you don't even know who you are. So how can you know what you need? How can you know what you want? But you are loved for who you are right now and for who you will be later, for who you have been. Give yourself compassion, not only right now, but for the people that you were before, for the experiences that you've already had. Because whatever it is that you've done, whatever it is that you've had to do in order to survive, or whatever it is that you did before you knew better, you are still valid. If it's meant for you, it can't be taken from you. You are not every mistake you've ever made. You're not only the things that you don't like. You're so much more than that. It's going to get better. It's going to get lighter. It's going to get easier. And you've done the work to make this happen. A few of these charms came out in the last pile too. But we have this little teardrop. I think it's Angelite. I'm not sure. We have the shell. So more water and more emotions. We have the amethyst, which came out in pile 1. So that's intuition. We have this mushroom, which fungus is the underlying communication system for plants. Stop. Frickin'. I feel like you're gonna have a lot to say. I feel like you do have a lot to say once you find your voice. We have the letter N. We have the letter E. And we have Aquarius. So you might be an Aquarius, or that might just be, again, more emotional, more water, more that sort of thing. And also grateful by an effect. So I feel like this is more the universe saying that they're grateful for you. I feel like this is your future self saying that you're grateful to you for going through this, for choosing this, for making this choice to do all of this work, because you didn't have to. You would have survived. You would have kept going. I mean, it wouldn't have been what you wanted. It wouldn't have felt true to you, whether you know what that means or not right now. But when you look back, you're going to realize that this was all exactly what needed to happen, even if it sucked. We also have that. I'll have to look up what rock that is. But it's another blue. Justice, adjustment, karmic adjustment, balance, and objectivity. You're bringing yourself karmic justice so that you can get on your dharmic path, I feel like. I feel like this is a really big soul lesson that you had to go through at some point, not necessarily right now, or it's part of your path, though. Like, you were meant to go through this, and maybe you went through it earlier than you had anticipated. Maybe you went through it earlier than like was maybe even planned at some point. I don't know really how a lot of soul contract stuff works, honestly. But I'm also drawn to this fool's gold. So it was lucky that you did this. It was good that you took this opportunity to go ahead and learn this lesson, to go ahead and do this, because otherwise I feel like it really would have been a lot more difficult in the future. It would have been a bigger, I don't want to say deeper, but like a bigger, even nastier lesson. Like, sometimes we can take care of things when we're meant to, or even a little bit earlier than that, so that later on, like, it's not a bigger problem. It's almost like preventative maintenance in a way. But it did take a lot of determination on your part. And you had to find your backbone. You had to find your balance. And you evolved yourself. This is self-evolution right here. And you guys have done a spectacular job. And you're going to continue to do so. I don't feel like this is completely over yet, but I want you to know that you are safe to breathe, to take a break, to make adjustments that you want to continue making, because this is an ever-evolving thing. But I don't feel like anything huge and life-altering is going to negatively happen to you because of this. I feel like it's only up from here. It might be a little bit more uphill, but I really do feel like you've cleared a lot of like debt, like a lot of karma, a lot of things that needed to be cleared at some point so that you can get all of your shit out the way. It's like doing your work before you retire kind of thing. I don't know, like I don't necessarily feel like this is materially driven, but materialistic, whatever. But I feel like emotionally you've done a lot of work so that you can, you know, go into emotional retirement in a way and not have to continue doing all of these little lessons here and there. Or maybe they will only be little lessons here and there instead of giant ones. Maybe you're like me and you just, you know, signed up for every hard freaking lesson you can do in the first 30 something years so that the rest of it can be a little easier so that we can help others through that. I don't know. But you guys have done good. You're rocking it. You're doing awesome. Continue to do this. Okay. It's others probably don't see it. They might not ever see it, but that's okay because this is your path and what you need to do. And that was your reading, Black Tourmaline.